Sesen kamya ye se NPP amonyokio no emu achese efu efa echere se NPP amonyokio no wono man koso ano man bo Dr. Laji Mahmoud Bawumia ho dawuro na wo man fa na nko 2028 a ene NPP fo mu nto mo adwene mu kra se wono betimi edi nkonim ebenim to kire se ope obi a Ghana fo agi na tu no mato no pa ya omo de ni gina ebetimi abo amonyokio no eye Kennedy akompre ko Japan osaye wadutwum so e wono chitafo Brian Champion so one de omo maka wabena je Japan obia wo na chitafo kakra nti kamya yese party no ase mu hwehwan kakra because aya afane afa kakra kwa ha ekun abe no mbefa so mbetimi nyina aba be hie mabofia na boa ma amanyoko na time jan na so ye eno ne sese oyene na se abenedi a NPP amanyoko no wono efebo na kwadwo nsafo apoku ye oye kasamafo de ma Dr. Laji Mahmoud Bawumia ne onya akwan kwatena so mpa FM na ensema waka fa Dr. Laji Mahmoud Bawumia ho bi de misusu se NPP fo nyina enya daage no motie sa nkomo we no mo de akwa adwudwini mu a ebi anka Kennedy akompre ko Japan anase Brian Champion wasaye wadutwum anase kwabena je Japan wo mu nyina etie bia ebi anka mo adwene besesa ama mo hunu kwan ya wo betimi afa so ahyehye ama wo bia nya ne dibre e wa abra enkom kotie amonyokuo no eno nti wo de enya daage ne entie nsafoa ensemu a wo yi gu ho no de fa Dr. Laji Mahmoud Bawumia ho a wo kyerete se de empenifo dodo no a asanyase o mo endo so Dr. Laji Mahmoud Bawumia fi se wono e na wo mo ni mu gidie se efi ne kaka bia ni ne ho a wo mo de ne ko ebetimi abo amonyokuo ne yenko tie nsafoa
movement for change the Krata Koma special prosecutor say Dr. Laji Mahmoud Bawumia former vice president yenhwehwe ni nsemu titiru efa pickups be 300 or so they ache NPP party no last elections. What is that?
I say I'm some draw for no more mistakes be brave. Movement for change there. In a political party, you guys keep making this mistake. Movement for change is not a political party, and I hear journalists and keep repeating it. And a party they are not registered.
Omunya registered as a political party.
Are they?
Alan called as an independent.
Yes.
Okay.
Alan running as an independent.
Okay.
Movement for change is nothing. It's only a slogan.
But it's a group.
Well, it's a slogan for Alan. Alan or say what or call independent, and his slogan was movement for change. All of a sudden, Munyina Ubia Mafre Ubi and a member of Movement for Change political party. It is not a political party.
Who said they are a group.
My brother, you are a journalist. Let's always interrogate some of these issues. Movement for Change is not a political party. I just wanted to correct that because I realized that in your conversation, you guys were saying it's a member of a political party. But Movement for Change is not. It's Alan's slogan for his independence that he went. In law, the fundamental principle is he who alleges
must prove.
Has the burden of proof. It is our letter now they told so now Wachrakoma special prosecutor no. Well in Ghana Kamamin can be amambo no. The head then he say Obia wo kwan se otrokrata. Obia wo kwan se okan you be to me. Now you could do special prosecutor why then so no na ye the emranation insa on fanya dwuma nsa ampani ampa se koya but yeah now you may be a minya kakra se obia owonim de e trokrata na okase diversion of funds then diversion of funds ben enti se obi a leader of a political party unt me enye fundraising unt me emfrefre adofo business interest groups say mumwa me na me to bibi ana me mwa me party inti sa nyoma we there munya much ado about nothing enye party kitwa NPP bibia me ka say ade ba kwaya ni papi no get it wrong is that those two political parties NPP and NDC no the human capital and the goodwill that they have the PDD agro is formidable. Oh, indeed, say, oh no, ABI yon because oh no, ABI pick up back or cry. But if MPP, the leader of MPP, raise funds to buy 300 pickups, big deal.
And also, Dodo,
how? Now, would you know how much the campaign cost? Yeah, campaign every the pickups that would you know. Didn't you? One who's a doctor, I got 276 constituencies every day for over 1 year. Mia, the logistics alone. Look.
Yes, but
the point, but I know, but I know just
276 constituencies are more from
fundraising. And the Adofonio. And the politics in anything. Who is the bottomska? Oh, Mina. Tikojo Pokumi, yes, I'm a good president. I'm a core around 16 regions. Ishishi and Kofo, no, is na bottomska. It's not possible. Adofo, yes.
Adofo
no namfo ne abusia. I can show you checks that from family members. No, but the point is that me now uni me now for uni me abusia for.
Minimum abusia.
Na fa den to buza me now for e ho. Me na mo me di hia no. Buza me now for e ho no. Na me nam na me discard buza me now for e ho no. Enso ase any say. Why we now honey ever see echo? So be me nam na me ye dia me nam for ye hwan nom. Na me nam na ma boss side dia obi amusa me nam for. I say anything. What you say? Look, there is nothing of a lesser figure of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. The vice president 8 years, running mate 8 years. With international network of friends, with local network of entrepreneurs. Ewo Ghana hana or lead the campaigner ultimately raises car. And now what's the point? Look, my young fast our conversation in Koho. Because me kra kujupoku no. I've set an example, say I was able to raise that. Do you know how much the filing fee was? I have friends, I have siblings, I have 12. What you say? My bushyan for my cousins, my first cousins, 153.
First
cousins. No, 153, 153. First cousins. Men na poku transport or 24. It is okay. My first cousins, men na grandchildren. Well, that's the ones we can count.
Yeah.
And bushya kitwa. If you talk about the magnates of this country, yeah, come. It no say Afro. Afro the starting radio station Kumasi. Huh? It me nam na say me ya telling me say it no me ko Afro ntumi ma miska say kojo je ko campaign je ko politi t-shirt. So why are we going with this? And if I could at my level can do these things, how much more the vice president of this country? Ninja san common emwa.
Bibi techira na.
Bibi saying, oh now asama okay now masawa we baby free bay now movement for change no obi oko independent techi. Now can same way house bibi techi. Of course he or bibi techi. But look, minya let's move it on. Dr. Bawumia is easy. Yes o mama ho ehin. O mama ho ehin. Say onam na wo ya de bi na wo hweso bia no bi any town no be any someone. They say you are doing something right.
The Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia is doing something right.
Yes. No, if you see oh yes, if you hear the way Obia any son Obia Kanasem Obia Churokata. Now hold on. Ekroma, this is the first time Obia General Biakasa about topic of my party.
There been your first time.
Thank you. Is it the first time Obiakase or the Sikase in my party? Inti adinti na this is the first time obi ko kan bi de obi chiro ho krata e chiro say nipa nisa no o ti ase but politics ni de minimum hu ni say e drew sa pempenso na then wa ko kotodwe na bo mpa ya chakopo say na me da se because wa pija me drew pempenso bia matamfo so anya adwuma ye and only the most important thing because say what nyankopon pija wa watamfu nya hwenye watamfu benya adwuma ye because nyankopon apejaw
no correct
nyankopon oya de bi oyinwuma mienu opeja baako no opeja wa no amatamfu so adwuma because you see the devil finds hands for what the idle hands enti nyankopon no pese itamfu benya ibianti no opejaw no afa adwuma ma watamfu that's the whole ending here.
Wow. Former Vice President Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia and 3 days tour or the bar Ashanti region abawie ya na
we said 3 days wa can we said 3 days and you know ye buy enye ne actual todo say o share Ashanti region regional obi ani wa ha all 5 candidates now or more filing in who Ashanti region as a battleground. Rightfully so, the biggest is the biggest region, 47 constituencies and the biggest delegate number. Say, share other regions now, pair, because we be for her. But Ashanti region there, all for all. Inti Dr. Huni say, constituency executives, former executives, current executives, I will say oba na utumide ni campaign no ebesi omo na so na osere wo say omo ena ono omo aye adwuma in the last 2 years all call round the country a constituency executives as the leader of the party, flag bearer of the party ono omo ena ye adwuma se ba se oye bibi say na osuma ni pasa o mekanchire constituency for say makase na say doctor there ye na tell ntina ye ono ametu ntuo nti was ono abushiba na before obe started the regional and the proper constituency tours no kwa obi share polling station executive see ahene for no obi share wo in every constituency and doing 276 constituency ya must say ya master process into Dr. Besta Tiako all the 276 constituencies and meet the delegates. But now Ashanti region last week it was very important. So no abe actually constituency executives, ne former, ne president, ne patrons, ne elders of the party say osrewomo omonji ne campaign no insi omo na so na oni omo ene be adwuma.
No omuso say.
Omuso it was well received. On say me who post bi ana nipa bi church social media mosima yenka tribe asem mosimi yenka religion mosimi yenka 2024 election asem e dey yenka it tells you says uncle for no munim message so we feel say obi ka kire wo say men can tribe men can religion men can the see 2024 na uni hwe kan that's a uni message because mbabunu na omo nsem omo petie no omo pede wo ye ma wo be ye frankatuni ma party na edie na wo be amayen. That's the number one question minia ye wo opeso ye frankatuni ma party si ye the franka ni ma wa edie na wo be ye ama party to a larger extent o capacity to be president of Ghana no edie na obeye na amayen no ye mu bi na sitina mu aide akonanim na Ghana fa ne ntoma pefra enti
the busa say enro asoso ye hunu de esi ya ene ye hunu de ebeye o
eno no pacho tie me say yemfa ne say yes say ye nim baby ye free by hu baby ye ko
yes
yemfa no nto nchen kakra yemfa ne say ye nim ye nyina na ye pese wo no assemble na obe ka kire ye so wo ka kire me say yi sansem ni free table ni so unnim de wo kan that's where my problem is me ka se me ka sa asem
okay
me ka se me ka me be free ba obi an ka se me yen ka 2024 election asem obi atumi ka nyoma mienu a me koju pokuma kan wo platform bia so say ka 2024 election asem but o kan kanokre men kan se ma inim
Nunzamanfo bi nka no
oh na say some kan say doctor Winnie wo one zongo polling station we futu no nye no kre ye the documents data ba Winnie over 180 zongo polling stations across the country where northern region share upper easter boko Dr. Bawumia 000 in those polling stations no Dr. President Mahama who won the election goes 000 in a lot of polling stations in Boko. So it's not those zeros that made us lose. Me pa church here. Enti say kan asem na kan okre wo. Me gina ho nka say Dr. Bawumia in the whole country winning in only one zongo polling station. It's not true. Enti no kan na ya ba correct you.
Okay.
O just here. Enyo ma mienu data bia ni wa e kire say a Christopher and Twaba ama Muslimini because Doctor is Muslimini is Christopher and Twaba. The data na ba abechire bia in the Reverend team for Joe Asen North or no or ye sofo Dr. Bawumia nyam bebre wo hose no. In most of the constituencies now omo ye Christopher no. Dr. Bawumia nyam more votes in that constituency than the MPs now omo ye a Christopher almost standing, you know. In this case, Christo any Muslimi asemo anka doctor being less votes in areas are a Christo ni standing, especially where a reverend in team for joy sofo standing anka doctor in yanseno. Enti sansem no ne say say wo ba na wo be ka dia e draw ye be correct because the data na ye wono ye election data. Look, you share 2024 elections, no, over 40,000 polling stations. You analyze that data, no. Adia yehu say, look, the Zongos, Mbabu no mabano, say Ghana Zongo, NDC, MPP, winio, NDC stronghold. Zongos is NDC strongholds. Now, historically, MPP we need less than 30%, of Zongo votes across the country.
Okay.
Since 2020, from 2020 to 2023, 2020 to 2024, compare polling station to polling station now. Do you know, say, Dr. Bawumia did 40% of Zongo votes? 40% in most Zongo votes.
Okay.
So we've gone from winning less than 30% to over 40% of Zongo votes. Even if we did more than 30%, it's far better than what we were doing historically. And the data is there. Everybody can go and get the data and analyze it. It, you know, look, I'm say the way our election is buying, the way our election is buying, results in buying, but there is also a silver lining in the results. And that silver lining, no one need data analysis now. Silver lining, no, because the what the APC who say yes, you didn't go, Doctor, and we need Zongos no the way I near panel, but was there an improvement? That was the question nobody has asked. But you share data, no, there was an improvement. What I say, where historically, no, is doing 30%. Now we are doing more than 40% of Zongo votes. So there is an improvement. But back to your question. Say oko around the country. Now we shanko for can dear ube to me aye ama delegates. Dr. Ba Ashanti region no. Obe to you very simple message. Look, obe patrol. Say yawa baimu enyo bia ye enemo anko ni ye entwu ye antu ye the way else who don't know na pair ye pacho eh na ebinim coat ni omo mfifiri start ti wo mo ye de ye nka ho eh wanya ahombrasie ni abe pacho amaw as a member of government who you are 8 years na obia patrol on behalf of government na we minister under that government na waba say oh me dey me nka ho na say wona we feel say under economic management team wan ka say ye dia be patrol na say nyewa bia nkoso a be patrol na misre kan Dr. Educhum no or minister of education education no school placement only problems are school placement my MPP party for
computerized school placement
na ye no forget computerized or not computerized only problem are school placement ma MPP members, because you see it is no fault of your own, like you now person about school placement computer but yawa bamu MPP supporters if you say hey my buy na was so ntino o say me nya protocol be say me back St. Louis be say me back Monikers be say me back Wesley Girls be say me back Gehe Prempeh College Okukuware etino no aye den na akọ party chairman hey no o ma chochu din no mo de abrew ebe ba na ye de ba na koto we de mesra memo bia mebomi ye de ba koto to ase for me pacho ye de ba koto sectec for me pacho ye de ba koto high school for me pacho but enye ho ena ne obi ofu so ye kukuda mo MPP party mo no enye ho no se ne bako na waba na wabi hu party mpanimfo se mo moyen budin meanwhile na rumor go around say people from the sector no eton protocol ebi ni mo ko omunya na o makoto protocol na o manya baby omunya protocol de mi kujupoku minim but sanyo mane konso awa emra wo no Dr. Duchum no oye minister
of education
enti no enye bibia da wunim, because men ka say wo bia wo Dr. Duchum no wo na wo koton protocol men ka say wo na wunim mo ton protocol no but under your watch sanyo mane konso ama party onim ona beda hu we minister beda hu say go for protocol sector
and now we
David be pacho me yen fan komo ne nko but let me now say yes no the man can say we minister no say nyum nya be cause sector na obenim enti bi obi ton protocol beda hu as minister so hu obabi ache no but unim be a party for the list aba list the buy and want to me anya ho hwe because the computer said they work no but my party for the ebufui when you be no okoto protocol ema ni bufui enti se enye chopa de osa wopa wo minister no
yes
no be pa chowa mawa o se menka ho eh doctor
se bi ono so hu ne se na dwuma o ye ne so Ghana fo ani
na enye Ghana fo asem ne ye kan
party
for asem ne ye kan Dr. Bawumia kasa no o ka kire party for say ye wa ba mu no ye party ni na say ye obone a ye pacho because on party for ene kasa
okay
Ghana for the omo will have a bigger apology because enoni ye overall amambuo me pacho what you say it is amambuo no to understand cry no sa apology no to understand e become Ghana for but where the anger look obi NDC ni ene obi wa adwumam na say ye pam na no ye NPP ni a okotena fie no akasa na wayekom because if you say the party are losing your pam no me pacho me boa but ne okopam NDC ni wa adwumam a unim did obey na buy na aba thank you also lose the abra ma party aba and that's where the obi on adwuma obi ha bi o per school na maneba obi o per scholarship na maneba obi o ho a ebia ne yire adwuma ebia o per transfer na manere nipa bebre obi a diverse problems into see obey what is called a welfare office welfare office no party for a omo in good standing no ma ye adwuma den no ye be tworo obi a ne hi asem inti base o pese o ye ehiasem ni manipa na o hwe welfare database ni mu a o be hu se asomasi sei no pe asomasi we no pe untumi mfa brush ba ko mpinti obi ase o meyen ndwuma no bo na ndwuma me no kase obi o te magazine o ye na ndwuma baby and baby no pe scholarship amano me pa church ase inti sa nyoma no eye nyoma Dr. Bawumia ka se obeye ama party for then the usual what come from the last campaign 10 constituency na minimum from 5 program as na machiano na matwam Samira na ye someone I'm close to because I've known Samira for a very long time until na me contest ya crowd no na second lady say o kujo hu me amenkasa me ho contest me kunu agromu until but iwie no na me doctor for the first time you share one on one you tena se minimi no din komo and me busan in same fo bi and that say I did yes
no momu
no into she say o gina ho na o kasa bebre fi ni tinim ye ntworo ma no na watu ni baba o ye nyoma no pese o ye e na odi bi tudwa
okay
a typical example here sa outboard motors na opese ye no solar no yes I remember so well
like yi premix
yi premix na free ho yes you didn't come on. And he's always researching a lot. So other buy I'm saying then I started looking into it. But the idea of that you be and a choro command no say the proposal bro that's one of those ideas. So they be or you be or research it now or share so maybe demand so a him for am say me dey on mine no echo. So it is his conviction and you because president you are firefighting there are a lot of things comes to your desk and you're doing and this idea no be in the brain na in share that idea you lose focus inter president be no omoba and you be oha omuntumi hwe se ye beye no because ne idea obi na the brain no along the line nipa de buy no and push here it falls off the window. But this is a manner most of the ideas the framework of the manifesto was the principles of Dr. Bawumia. After you lose the 2024 election, I'm going to say, within this short time, even me could you put with all my resources, Frank Tunima NPP, the manifesto and the ideas of Dr. Bawumia, and I'm the bad day, made a campaign. So then why contest him?
Okay.
because I believe so much in those ideas. But what I say, and I also believe, say, you go around the country selling our message to Ghanaians. No, Ghanaians tie, but Oma Homeso.
Ghana for tie,
Boba Homeso. Ghana for tie, you know, Emso Oma Homeso. Na Osha Kromiswa, de Bia Obidi Asemba. Ghana for tie Homeswa, Omodi Eba Twaba the next election. Intino, I'm telling you. Odi share all the policies are aba from presidents. Omo de assemble tuja Ghana for beje normal homeso. Then the next election, I'm say, hey, asema papa yi kan ye no, ya homeso ya dwene ho, yenko to aba ma no. Eni by 1st of October, electricity be kosoro. If I don't know the percentage be kosoro, but e denya e be kosoro. ECG full busa 225%. We busa say, we busa 180%. We busa say, Dr. Bawumia went around the country and said, sir, Obey President or the solar, Obey invested heavily in solar. Now ati electricity by 50%. Ghana for Antwaba Ama Dr. Bawumia. Adintra. In 2008, what to honor you know say, hey. Papa yi kasa anka metoba mana obe the solar beba obe invest heavily in solar na atim electricity by 50% mentie me home so eni the oba yi no watu me petrol watu me electricity mu by AB 70% by 80% by the end of the 4 years you name the amount of increment no Ghana for beden oma home so oma dwene ho on beden om be ko omanim akwakoere akotoaba amadota Mahmood Bawumia entina ye num bi feel say inhia se ye be contest no ye den yembo na chichidom na in some of the two dwa no ye nhemu Kenya na ye ma Ghana for ntia say na mrepam no ye nchichirimu nchire obi as obeye leader of the party post 31st January then we can work and go to the corner the door by door window to window and let Ghanaians understand line by line because I think the last year so near enough time from January to November na time nisha to be able to push down the message of Dr. Bawumia no yeah enough time. So this time around we'll have 3 years. Na embabuno no new ideas are aba nyoma bia e pese esande ba ne esande be tudwa ne de be kan de ye de tudwa afrase no
ensem bia honorable Kennedy Japan ensem bia Dr. Brian Echampon ensem bia Dr. Oseya Wadutwum eni ni nuanom one omo pre sa dibrewe eka de efa no ho ebika tribal no ebika religion bebrebe omo urugum sa sansem no omo kan de fa no ho no oben no oti eya ha no reactions no
the reaction is he basically brush it off the shoulder. I think as a politician also develop a bit of a thick skin onona said yen say obeka kire Ghana for de tie yeba Kumasi no no look konkonsa number 4 konkonsa 4 o si kire mu even to the extent enko focus Samira nya Ghana ni wati ebitum da ben then the abitum ni say Bawumia appearance here NDC4 intidien ade abujina po omunya nywafo mienu aba ko NPP ba ko NDC no intidien abujina po jonjina po omusa wunya bi osan kwa CPP Samira onye second lady nenye onwa na ye NDC MP4 adenta. But where are we going with these politics? Intina me kase nipa no oni asempa bia ka kire wo voter you delegate no oni asempa bia ka kire enti di opeso ka kire de say me say de osi esoro no yen say no ni entwene mra form. That's the only way we get ahead. If the only way you get ahead is to pull somebody down, you are not a good person to be ahead. You need to be ahead because you deserve to be ahead. Can't you ube to me aye ni emfa unsi animu na men ko pull you down because that's how you get ahead. No. So yes, Otia, he's human, right? Especially when it's not true.
Okay.
On one can say, Okashina Nado Dankwa, former president, say, passe Bankokwe report in the back, na Ghana for the two just say, ne tribe, or your Mamprusini, or your Muslimini, in Ghana for Antwaba, uncontestable. but the report in the by entesa report 3 ayaye ni nyina ni ho a e kan muslimi ni bampusi asem ba jo tiase enti so bi twantro to so a otie be yoya but that is where any musumada roma muma ye akonya se e mechena so ni Ghana for enkasa and I think say Ghanaians are discerning em say nipa pi no ya na ebu Ghana for abofia Ghana for policy say o matiase and where me kujupoko and no mi tuche Ghana for ni say 2024 na ikruma yedin ye kunyina no mo boje so ba no mo yo madwene
no ma form
o ma fa ye ho adwene dada
o man kan kire mo so
o mo nche se o ba na wa ye kuma anana mi twemi wa ye kumi o ya se o si fia ni bi no mo ni yesa
so
and so now o ma yo madwene inti Ghana for there trust me o se o tuchema wo mo and no na ye mu bi no ya fa ho adwene se da bi we are see omuna woni trim no ene ye wudini
we are see omuna woni trim no
ene ye wudini se me no tie no omuna woni ma me use me na wamuna no bi muna woni trim a we da ho so wamuna di omuna woni trim ene ye wudini because de she na dwene mu enti ye ne de ya ye bida enti na ye ka kire Ghana for say doctor yes nipa pi can look there is no problem among the 5 that's a boy momi nwa kwabna Japan di kwabna ye nwa kwabna contested
no baby a wuti ya no betina
yes kwabna ye nwa yo after all this internet na de bia na me de kotodwe gu from air patrol to yenwa Brian to yenwa Kennedy especially Brian company say in some normal kano omon to omo boase because after 31st do be ma me kan se minchiro after 31st January yen kokwa Easter
ye be
kokwa Easter ye kokwa Easter enti doctor ne Brian o munjina stage back so enti se ye kan sam ni kodru pempensu bia afa na wo kokwa a na wo dwene hu tutu eno tira ne bia no na me enti no me nkofo to me say platform become a free so because na o ye panyini na o kan sem bi kire mabunu na o mu fu so na wo tan no metan Brian e dey na minua no o ya say e dey na metan for he is contesting something I've contested before and ye kan sem ye kan de yin betumi aya magana for na ensema ye kana obi ase enimu no ye nyim firim because so o kasansem na afi na ekire no nipa no no te hokra ni trimu endwidwi no but mama yen cancer mo ebetumi ama after 31st January no ye nyina ye te ho na wo kosansuo bremi a menwine hu mienu na manom and no any problem ye any mu bi no ye wo enti yes omo kasa ansem na ha no but obviously as a politician what na ho over running mate 8 years vice president 8 years what are you used to
ibinum say the boss
if you say otoma doctor saw the problem with the existing environment na na wo ho Janu freedom 2004 onya 2 seats per NMA NDC out of the 19 seats onya 2 seats per
2 seats
central region 2004 and no chire say NDC forecast say ankla to your own region central region one perform onya 2 seats per year pamo debi they kept him the online by 2008 or ye jumadin was central region in 2008 no onya 10 seats
out of the
19 in 2008. So the 2004 results was not a reflection of the 2008 results. No election will be a performing. You just say, look, yeah, Papa John Dramani Mahama in 2016, Olusu by 1 million votes.
Almost.
He lost almost by, let's round it off. Yeah. Let's say he lost almost 1 million votes. In 2016, he lost. Ghana for you now who you know the buntu to say who performing bye or 8 years later then he come and win by 1.7 million votes. Yes. So what are we talking about? Well, I see Nanado in 2008 it was a runoff. 2012 the results no ye court if you say omuchinchimi and sachi. But even with all those performance no what happened in 2016 Ghanaians voted overwhelmingly for the doctor for Nana Akufo-Addo. Enti so obika say ye share election results of 2024 na ye decide ni pana kwa sa results ni ye benya the same or worse in 2028. It's not true because there's no data to back it. If anybody can bring me data that will now show, say, Obiako election, President Kufuor, 96, he got 39%. 96, he did very badly in 96. He went on and won the 2000 election. Enti, na me feel say, Ejuman Wayibi, I don't know where the good one are more kind of a war. Yes, maybe it be the feel say because yes, in Ghana for to ababa woman. But what you say? Into to ababa will be a enyen tentem panana obe kaso wonya de. Into mo de mo yen form. But se obi kase mi suro se me the doctor kwa Ghana for begina. Ghana for already. You see, my main can say mincho. Se nipa no epie by na obeto aba ema obi fofora. Ena ne kano eden kakra. You share data now overall from Elembele to Pusiga across the country, over almost 2 million people MP Ametoba.
Okay.
Pachotia Adintra. Sanka, oh yeah, so much enthused about MPP John Dramani Mahama. Kobaba Bertwa Bama John Dramani Mahama. Now share John Dramani Mahama votes at Unyano 2020 and Unyano 2024. It's only 104,000 more. 104,000, right? So Obi enya certain votes in 2020. 4 years time, onya almost the same votes, but Odia BT Obi by almost 1.7 million. The trail said, Nipana Owini 2020, and the supporters MPA. Another thing I did be an say, we have a voter population of 18 million and change. You move 11 million and change per NPP by Ebetwaba. 7 million Ghana for Mbabunu are not interested in the political discourse. For me, Kojupoku, said Dr. Bawumia be leader of the party, or whoever becomes the leader of the party, post December, January 31st, Juma was say ASR 7 million na omukura voter ID card and so umpie embetwabano. I was here to me call omona sukubusa omo adikruntra. They have lost interest in politics because na sa number no 7 million no increase decrease no na nipo mu pie betwaba no and also we will head to Nigeria. Nigeria is about over 200 million population, right? Oshomo Motwaba is less than 40%. Nigeria records less than 40% of the voters of the country population that votes. It's bad. So you have 38 million population and growing. 18 million and change registered voters. Not only 11 million and a twaba. There's a problem. Because majority of the youth, are not interested in the political discourse. And for me, as a youth, I'm a youth, but as a voice of the youth, I may per se to look at Mbabuna. And Mama Ubia and say the Dr. Ba, we would have a strategy to make sure say the best mu actually Ghana for. Look, you catch them ma say you sisters and say you be a fund for women. Ubi see there be a women bank. And a women bank in a way. Intiminia, the woman and the dorsal. Okay. Our really dear affidie. Mwinja o mukakra. Mrepem ni almost de beba.